Hello everyone. In this video, we are going to see how to commit the code to our AWS CodeCommit repository. In the previous video, I have explained how to create an AWS CodeCommit repository, and followed by that, we have done the HTTPS. We have created an HTTPS credentials to access the AWS CodeCommit repository. So this video is a continuation of that. So kindly watch the previous video so that you will get an understanding on this particular series of continuous integration and deployment with AWS code services. Now let's get started to how to commit code into the AWS code commit repository. So to do this particular development environment, so I have created an EC2 instance for the specific task. So I am going to into the EC2. Going to instance, clicking on dev instance and giving connect. So I already have the application running in here in this particular server. So basically, the app is kind of a Node.js web application, and that is using Express.js web framework. And the front end uses Angular.js and PubView templates. And we have a build view procedure, that is build spec.yaml, where that is used for build tool merges and compresses with source files to improve the web browser performance. And we are also doing the automated test. And this particular application, I have two mode. One is the development and the production mode. So the development mode will be used to debug the code and include some visual cue on the app to indicate the development mode. And the development server uses port 3000 and the production server uses port 8080. So I'm not going deep into those code level. So this is the application. We are going to use it for this kind of deployment purposes for AWS code services. Now I'm going to run this particular app test by giving npm space test. Here you can see the Karma version 4.0 started and is launching the browser concurrent and limited, and it got random socket and it got executed one of one, and it is a success. So this depicts the test are pausing without any issues. Now we are going to run the app by giving the command node environment is development, and the debug is AWS code services, and it is npm start. And here you can see it is listening on port 3000. So to see our application up and running fine or not, I am just copying the DNS of the specific instance and I am pasting in here. And also I need to give the port. Why? Because it is a custom port, right? So over the port 3000. Now here you can see the application is up and running, and here you can see the development environment, as we are given the environment as development environment, right? And also here you can see the server IP address also. Like for example, in production, if I am going to have 3 to 4 instances running, right? So if I do refresh, I can see whether the traffic is getting evenly distributed or not by seeing in private IP access. Now I am going to stop the server by giving Control C. Now I'm coming out of this app directory. I am in home EC2 user. So now I am going to push all these folders to my CodeCommit repository. So before doing that, I need to cache my credentials for some few hours so that I don't need to enter the credentials for every commit. So git config global credential cache timeout. I have given it 10,800 seconds. Now I am going to clone my repository. So it is cloning, and here we have cloned our empty repository. It will ask for the HTTPS username and password. I already given for that, so that is why it is not asking now. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy the app folder into the local repository for demo app Makendran. So I'm going to copy all the files which are included, which is in the app folder. So it has been successfully completed. Now I'm going into the demo app Makendran. Now I just going to see a lot of files I have added, right? If I give ls, so these files have been added, but these files is not pushed to the CodeCommit repository. So how I know whether those files have been pushed or what is the kind of status? So to know that, I can give git status. So here you can see clearly, right? These are all in untracked status. So we need to commit all these files to CodeCommit repository. So we are on the master branch and working from the initial code commit, and the output also it lists like what all the files and directories are untracked, and so we need to add them and commit them to have them included in the source control. So to do that, I need to run the command git add. So git add -a, so which will add all the files, and then I'm going to commit the files to the local repository. So git commit -m, and I'm giving as app version name I'm giving for easy rollback or other purposes. So here you can see it has been committed. See create mode, it has been created. Now I'm going to push these changes in our local repository to AWS CodeCommit remote repository, so that both the repositories will be synchronized. So I'm giving git push. Here you can see enabling object compressing, and then it is going to our CodeCommit repository master to master. Now I'm going to see whether those files are reflecting in the CodeCommit repository or not. So how to check that? I'm going to CodeCommit. So here, this is the CodeCommit repository. Here you can see all the files which is in the local. Now it has been successfully came in here as well. So we have pushed the app to the AWS CodeCommit repository, and even we can explore the commit and branches. Right here, you can see the different options. When I click commit, you can see 1 minute ago I have committed it, and I have also given the commit messages app version 1.0. And if I click on it here, you can see in detail like what are all the changes I have done, and those things will be coming in here. And also the branch I have means I have used only one branch, so that is why it shows master branch. So here we can see what is the commit we performed, and also we can view the status of the master code branch we are working on. So in this video, we have worked with the app, that is a Node.js app, and also we have run the particular app in the development mode, and also we have learned like how to run the automated test, and we have set up our local repository and found that we have added the app to it, and we have committed the version 1 of the app, and we have finally pushed the app to the remote AWS CodeCommit repository. So in the next video, we are going to see how to build and test with AWS code build. So in the AWS code build, we are going to use this AWS CodeCommit repository. So kindly Stay tuned for the next video.